Coming up on Mountain News this morning, after numerous calls and Facebook messages, the Lilly Fire and Rescue Department, they want everyone to know they are not closing. And kids came to Corbin High School yesterday where they had a chance to watch their favorite storybooks come to life. Plus, students in McCreary County are taking children to the North Pole this Christmas on the Polar Express.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 4:59 on December 11th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So if you're waking up and you didn't see it last night, you might see a little snow on the ground this morning. Let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, it was coming down hard a couple times yesterday.
Yeah, listen, when I got here to Hazard this morning, it wasn't nearly as bad as it was at the house. I had to dig my car out this morning, so we had several inches of snow in Letcher County, and I think some of the border counties got that. But again, this morning the snow is out and the clouds are even clearing. I did see the moon on my way in this morning, so getting a little bit more back into where we should be with the conditions there. We're not seeing that snow, but over Whitesburg, seeing quite a bit of snow there on the trees, on the rooftops. And again, here at WYMT, some snow on the ground in Hazard. But be careful this morning. Cold temperatures, wet roads means slick spots. So just give yourself plenty of time to get around. 21 Monticello, 27 in Hazard, 27 Jonesville, 28 Jacksboro is the warmest spot in the region, 23 in Irvin and Moorhead, some cool spots. This is the graphic I was looking forward to seeing this morning. 31 degrees colder than it was this time yesterday. Middlesboro 30, Prestonsburg, Jackson 29, and Pikeville. So big difference from yesterday to today. Max warming needed on that coffee meter. So as you're heading out the door, just be careful. Give yourself plenty of time. Bundle up. Lots of school closings and delays. You can see those there on the bottom of your screen and at WYMT.com. Only 38 for a daytime high, but at least we'll get above freezing and at least it will be sunny. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, Tuesday was a cold inauguration day in the Commonwealth. The theme, Team Kentucky. Andy Beshear made history yesterday as the first son of a governor to also serve in that role. Andy Beshear is the state's 63rd governor, and joining his cabinet is Eastern Kentucky legislator Rocky Adkins, who by accepting the position of senior advisor ends a 33-year career as a state legislator. Joining him is Jacqueline Coleman, who assumes two positions, both with the goal to improve and promote the state's public education system. We'll have a recap of the day's events throughout our 5 and 6 o'clock hours right here on Mountain News This Morning. And early yesterday, thousands braved the cold to march in the inaugural parade, including many from Eastern Kentucky. The parade ushered in Governor Andy Beshear, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman, and many other politicians from across Kentucky and across party lines. Bands and other organizations from across the Commonwealth also marched in the mid-morning parade. The Grand Marshals leading the parade were teachers from across Kentucky. They were decked out in red. One educator from Lawrence County says it was quite the privilege. And after numerous calls and Facebook messages to the Lilly Fire and Rescue Department, they want everyone to know they are not closing. A for sale sign recently changed to a realtor sign had the community concerned there would no longer be a fire department in Lilly. Turns out they are just expanding, and Deputy Chief Steve Walker says this is a good problem to have, seeing how hard it is to keep volunteer firefighters around.
We're growing, and the county here is growing with more population and more businesses. So our department has had to grow to meet those needs of the public.
The Lilly Fire Department currently has 35 active volunteer firefighters, and the location for the new station has been purchased. We'll have more on this story later on Mountain News This Morning. And kids came to Corbin High School yesterday where their favorite storybooks came to life. More than 150 students helped with the National Honor Society's Storybook Christmas yesterday morning. Elementary kids from several surrounding schools listened to the stories acted out by high schoolers.
After all the setup and all the worry about doing it, then I see their faces as they come in, and it's all worth it. The big kids' faces too, because they love this. They absolutely love doing it.
The stories were all rehearsed on their own time to fulfill a community literacy requirement. And students in McCreary County are taking children to the North Pole this Christmas on the Polar Express. Kids in elementary, middle, and high school make up the majority of the hundreds of volunteers it takes to put on the Polar Express train ride at the Big South Fork Scenic Railway in Stearns. All the work is worth it to see the joy on everyone's faces.
The look on the kids' faces, the adults too, just the excitement, the exuberance that you see on their little faces when they climb aboard.
Nobody can steal my ticket.
The Polar Express tickets start at $40 and the rides will continue through December 22nd. And a red balloon has apparently floated thousands of miles from California to Kentucky. The balloon is being claimed by the West Visalia Kiwanis Club, and every year the club blows up thousands of balloons and hands them out at the annual Visalia Christmas Parade. This year on December 2nd. Patrick Salazar with the organization said he got a Facebook message that left him scratching his head from a woman in Greenville, Kentucky, saying she had found one of their balloons in her pasture. In a phone interview with CBS affiliate KSEE in California, Kristen Dukes said she couldn't believe it either.
When I asked him about where, what was the deal with the balloon on the table, where did you get a balloon, he notified me that he had found it floating across our field when he had gone out to feed our cattle. I mean, our farm is almost at the end of a dead-end road, so we wouldn't have, our neighbors haven't been to California or anything recently, so.
She said they live in a very rural part of Kentucky, and Greenville is 90 minutes away from the nearest airport. What seems almost impossible can't one previous report. There is a Visalia in Kentucky. However, the city has a population of just over 100 people, and they do not have a Kiwanis organization. Well, thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, former Buckhorn Mayor and Perry County Sheriff Pat Wooten has died. We'll have more on his life and legacy just ahead.
Slick spots will be around this morning, and be ready to scrape those cars off. I'll help you plan out the rest of your Wednesday in about 3 minutes.